Hello, I'm Fiona Lang-Sharp, IBCLC, and team member of Gold Lactation Online Conference 2013. I'm here today with Edith Kernerman, and we're talking about her presentation, and it's titled Shifting the Baby's Paradigm, a different and new approach to breast refusal and inability to latch. So I'm really excited to hear the differences, recognizing that there can be a very subtle difference in the refusal versus inability. But I'm excited to hear what Edith has to say about. So Edith, can you please first tell me, how did you become interested in this particular topic?
Well, to be really, really blunt, I can't stand hearing babies cry. It drives me crazy. And I guess that I found too many babies were crying too much when moms were being helped, in quotes, by people who just felt, let's get this baby on and let's go. And they just pushed baby onto the breast too many times that I could see. And I felt that there's got to be a different way. There's got to be a different approach. So I guess that's kind of how it started. And I guess if I move on from that, how it evolved later is watching that there were so many babies who consultants or clinics, and they couldn't latch them or never get them latched, but they came into our clinic and we just did it without thinking. And it started getting me thinking that there must be a different approach. And that's what started it all.
Thank you. I can just hear in your voice that this really started out from your heart of just not wanting to, you just knowing that there was something wrong, hearing those babies cry, and then then the evolving into just seeing how it could be resolved. So I really appreciate your answer as far as listening to babies cry really does always touch your heart. So I really want to know, for our listeners, can you just let our lactation professionals know how will this presentation really help the mothers? What can they put to use from this?
I think that's best answered by telling you very briefly what a lactation consultant once told me. We had an observation day here at the clinic, and a few lactation professionals were here following a few of us around for the day or the afternoon. And after working with a not-yet-latching baby who got latched, during our lunchtime talk, the lactation consultant, who is a very experienced lactation consultant, said to me, I would have just stopped after about 2 or 3 minutes there. What made you continue? What made you keep going? Why would you even have thought to keep going? There was nothing that happened. Couldn't understand what you were doing. And I responded to her. I was very surprised. And I said, well, I guess I go into it in the first way thinking, why wouldn't I get this baby on? And when I say that could mean I helping mom to do it. That could mean me doing it because mother has said, no, I don't want to be a part of this. I want you to do it all. Or it's the two of us usually working together in some way. And sometimes it's literally a team of us to get the baby on in the first place. And so the thinking that one wouldn't get a baby on is a bit foreign to me because, as many have said before, that babies are born to breastfeed. And so if one believes that, then why wouldn't a baby breastfeed? Now, of course, it's obviously much more complex than that. It's not so simplistic. However, if you approach it that way, then maybe you will find out that it's a lot easier. So that was one thing that I think, in short, is perseverance. That if lactation consultants have perseverance and just think, as long as they're reading the mother and the baby, then they'll eventually just help the mother. And I think that that's the biggest thing, is that lactation consultants can come away with a sense of perseverance, with a sense of confidence that it's possible to do it, and that it's that there's no reason that they wouldn't succeed. I think if that approach will be very helpful in the future.
Thanks, Edith. Something just really struck me in your answer there when you were saying that 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 you'll be able to read the mother and the baby, and for me, that has become one of my goals, is just to understand and really be able to read the mother and baby much closer than I've ever done before, because I do believe that I've also been too quick and too flippant in the past to really not be paying attention, I guess, to that behavioral. So now becoming sort of behavioral analyst and taking my time and being patient. So I really appreciate hearing that, because it sounds like so well together, and being patient is one of the keys. So lastly, I just want to hear a little bit of perhaps a personal note from you in context to how you have noticed in your clients the shift since implementing these techniques that you have discovered. I realize that you have been doing this for a long time, and I saw in your bio that you said that this is 10 years worth of work in studying this as well. So I'm curious, what really have you seen in your mothers? What is the outcome?
Think the most exciting outcome, and really the first outcome, is that a baby is on the breast for the very first time. And often when we're seeing a mother here in the clinic, we're seeing her after she's had many stops at many other clinics or seen many other practitioners, and her baby's never been on the breast. And so when she comes here and we get the baby on, I can't say that there was really much more exciting than seeing a mother looking down at her baby and realizing her baby's breastfeeding. And I love to say at that point, welcome to breastfeeding. And, often they cry, or they're tearing up, or they're just so excited because they're finally there. And it's taken a long time for them to get there sometimes. And that long time could be a baby who's only a few days old. It could be a baby a few weeks old, or maybe a few months old. For every mother, that long time is a different period of time. And it doesn't make it any less difficult just because it seems like shorter for the rest of us. It's an eternity for most women who have wanted this. Any baby who's not latching within the first few hours is a baby who is already not yet latching. And so I think just seeing the gratitude and the excitement, and that the mother finally feels that she's arrived there is just the absolute best. And I just wish that on every.
Thanks so much, Edith. And again, too, I'm visually, seeing that mother with tears in her eyes after, that inability to be able to latch, and then all of a sudden it all comes to fruition, and the tears roll down her face. And you're absolutely right. We forget, I think, often that it could be a baby that hasn't latched for 2 days, and it's an eternity, and it can also be several months on into the relationship, and both are very relevant to that mother. So anyways, well, thank you so much for chatting with me today. I really appreciate it. I'm certainly getting very excited for your topic. If you, our delegates, would like to hear Edith Kernerman's full presentation, she'll be speaking on April 26th. So please join us then. You can also find out more information about Gold Online Conference and about all of our other speakers, times and dates at www.goldlactation.com. Thank you again for joining us. I'm Fiona Langsharp, IBC.